Hello everyone, Maryann here, revealing light, tarot, astrology and spirituality. Wherever you are in the world when you're watching, a huge shout out to you. Thank you all for your likes, your comments, your subscriptions. They are much appreciated. Last week we talked about a scammer who was stealing my videos and publishing them, changing the background and then publishing them as her own. That scammer, I thought, had been put to bed. However, she's back at it again. So if you see these stolen videos, please report this person, and hopefully YouTube will one day do its job and take this person down, take this channel down. There's been so many copyright infringements that, you know, I've lost count now. So keep reporting. Thank you very much. All right, on to As I Am as well. They're not mine. Don't engage with them. Yeah, so okay, let's get going here. The big news, of course, is the Senate passed 50-50 with J.D. Vance doing the tiebreaker. Past Trump's big, I think people are calling it bullshit bill, Trump's budget bill. It now goes back to the House. Now, my predictions said that it would get passed. In the House, I think there actually are some changes because I got the Knight of Swords, meaning there are several Republicans who are seen as traitors who will go against this. And then I got the Hanged Man, which means that there's a delay of some sort. So that's where I'm at. Do I think that ultimately I will get through the Congress? I think it will, but I think there's going to be changes to it. Well, at least I hope there will be. Will it be enough? No. The last reading that I did showed that it's an absolute wipeout for the Republicans in the midterms. Anyway, we're going to look at that bill, whether it will get through the House in its current form. I want to know also, Musk went on a tirade of abuse against the big budget bill and has threatened, as you know, to primary any GOP member or senator who has voted for the big bill who said that they weren't going to. So Thomas Massey, he's the one whose family and kids have all the guns for the Christmas card. Anyway, he's not wanting to pass this bill because it increases the debt. The debt's going to be it's going to be a huge problem for the American economy. That keeps coming through all my readings. On that, I want to say that there were 33,000 less jobs in the jobs report. People were hoping to see an increase. In fact, it was a decrease of 33,000. I keep telling you that the US is on track toward a recession. Okay, so let's keep going. Trump has threatened to deport American citizens. He's threatened to deport Zoran Mamdani in New York. We'll see if Mamdani can win against the GOP candidate. I want to know if Musk is actually going to come around and fund Democrats in 2026. We'll also have a look at what Trump is actually doing with the GOP rebels right now. Is he threatening them? Then I want to move over to Gaza and to Ukraine if I can. I also had a question on Carney, you know, whether his economic management will pay off. Intuitively, I think that you're going to be astounded by how much it actually will pay off. All right, let's get going because that's his strength, economic management. All right, will the budget get through? Will the budget bill get through the House in its current form? In its current form, word for word. Will the Senate's version of the budget bill get through the House? Will the Senate version of the budget bill get through the House? I don't think so. I'm seeing a big wedge coming through. dividing. Really, there's a lot of division there. It's growing. It's getting bigger and bigger. It's like a canyon now. Okay, let's see. Will the Senate's budget bill get through the House unchanged? Because if Trump wants to have this passed by the 4th of July, then that's what's going to happen. So we get the 9 of Cups, which is, wish fulfillment. It's a wish. And then we get the 3 of Coins, building something. It could also be three holdouts. Will that be enough? Heavy decisions right now, heavy burdens, heavy decisions. Most Republicans who go against Trump, they announce their retirement not long after. Not Thomas Massie, though. Elon Musk has pledged to fund his campaign, the likes of which you haven't seen yet. So not Thomas Massie. They've got Musk almost on their side. The Knight of Wands, a movement, motivated movement. We get the 4 of Coins in the sky. It's the debt here, the $4 or $5 trillion, depending on who you're looking at. He's asked for $5 trillion. I think the actual, I think it's around $3 to $4 trillion. That increasing the debt ceiling by. So we get the 4 of Coins. This is holding back, standing one's ground, saying no. That's the potential. We get the Page of Coins. This came out before as well. I think there's changes. Anyway, let's see. I said, will it get through unchanged? So I think a lot of promises are being made right now, as they were to Michalski. And a lot of deals are being done. That's what's going on right now. I won't even need to read on it. What is Trump doing right now? He's ringing them up. He's promising them stuff. The Chariot, pushing it through, but going so quickly things could veer out of control. And then we get the 9 of Coins, which is a yes card. Knight of Coins, stability. And then we get the Page of Wands. I still think that there is a change here. I don't know, High Priestess. I don't know how much they can change it without sending it back to the Senate and the There's just been a lot promised. It's like, almost down to bribes. The Apprentice. It looks, this person is holding a dollar up. Everything is riding on this, but we get loss and walking away. I still don't think that will be enough. Betrayal. Again, I think that the bill does pass. Now, what I'm going to say is I think this reading is showing me it does pass, but there could be some changes. Ultimately, this is how people feel. 17 million losing their health care. Betrayed. This has a karmic aspect to it. For every action, there's a reaction. For every action, there's a consequence as well. And there's a consequence for those that are going to take away from those who, healthcare from those who need it, food from those who need it. Everywhere I look, I just see so much cruelty coming out of the Trump government, whether it's the concentration camp for illegals in Florida, in the alligator swamp, whether it's the ice on the streets. There's a pressure point here that will be reached after this bill. Many of you have asked why Trump has put those fences up outside the White House. Once this bill is passed, that's the other question, will it be passed by the 4th of July? There's going to be an absolute outcry. All right, so let's see. Will the bill be passed? So I think it will be passed with changes, is what I'm feeling. But whether or not they are significant enough to send it back to the Senate is the question. Will it be passed by he's bribing people right now, promising them the world. Come over to my side, like he did to Michalski. I want to say Susan Collins held out and voted against it. but she's in a fairly safe, almost main, it's not totally red, is it? Let's have a look. Will this bill be passed by the 4th of July? I just feel so much. It's like it's building and it's building. There's got to be it's like a pressure cooker there. Will the bill be passed by the 4th of July? Show me clearly. Will the bill be passed by the 4th of July? So we have the Queen of Coins and the 8 of Coins as the signifier card. And then we have the 8 of Wands quickly. The 7 of Swords is the lies in the past. Lies, deceit, theft. Good God. Page of Wands. It's a potential. It's someone potentially speaks out. Maybe that we're not expecting. The Empress card, a season of time. It's also abundance. We have walking away from loss in the present. And it's a hard task right now in this moment. No, in this moment. But let's see. We're looking at the future. 3 of Cups, circles of support. And we get a new start, which is a very strong yes card. But we have boundaries or the breaking of boundaries. And then we have the end of a cycle, the World card. These and the beginning of something new. Something breaks. If this bill is passed, I'm just going to say, if this bill, these are not necessarily, the World is not necessarily a yes card. Something breaks over this budget bill. Something is changed forever. Maybe it's America is changed forever. I don't know. This is a incredibly karmic moment. So the Fool card was the outcome. Will it be passed by the 4th of July? And I'm getting 2 aces of wands and an ace of cups here, overflowing emotion. As I said, something changes. Show me, will this be passed by the 4th of July? Maybe America is not independent anymore. Queen of Cups, looking after oneself. And the 3 of Wands, the end of prosperity. This has a huge impact on the economy and heartbreak and betrayal. I don't know if it'll be passed by the 4th of July. I do know it will be passed. I do think there will be some changes. I do know it breaks something and it changes things. It's irreconcilable almost. It's a tragic day. It's a tragic day for America. I don't think I'm being overly dramatic. 17 million off healthcare people are going to die. Let's hope that the rebels in the House can break this in a good way. That they can come back and fight and stand up against Trump. Most of them are against raising the debt, and they should be too, because that's going to have a huge impact on the economy. Also, I want to say that when it does eventually pass, because it's not a question of if, it's when, there is something illegal in that bill that will be found later on to be illegal. Okay, let's see, given Musk is so riled up, will he fund any Democrats in 2026? Because the enemy of my enemy is my friend, not quite my friend, but certainly someone that I'm looking at more seriously now. Will Musk fund any Democrats in 2026? Will Musk, because this is the beginning of a movement. I know the movement's already started, but it's like, it's like solid. Will Musk fund any Democrats in 2026? Will Musk fund any Democrats in 2026? Someone's pointing a sword at me. The Queen of Wands, motivation, and the Chariot. I think, as I said, it's like time speeds up now after this. It's like you break something. And here we have the Tower. I think, there's a whole restructuring going to go on now. I don't think the Republicans understand the depths of what they're actually doing. It's like the last straw. The Four of Wands in the past, Democrats. As he funded Democrats in the past, we have the Wheel of Fortune in the sky. Potentially, yes. We have the Ten of Swords, the ending of something in the immediate future. We have Trump, the King of Pentacles, could also be the businessman. And then stepping forward with there's a new orientation for him as he steps forward into this new environment. The Ten of Coins, money. And yeah, he is going to. The Ace of Wands, he's got a plan. There it is. There it is. Now, those two cards came up in the outcome. He does go to town in the midterms. And he does fund Democrats against those GOPs. Yeah, absolutely. There it is. He's going to fund Democrats next. Okay. No wonder, between the outrage, the midterms, they were so busy feasting from the trough, with their noses in the trough, that they haven't really thought about what the future will hold for them. Okay. All right. So let's go to the birthright citizenship. The Supreme Court hasn't ruled that it can be overturned. They've just removed the injunctions. So let's see. Will Trump deport Mamdani? Will Trump deport Mamdani to the Emperor and the Seven of Coins? No, he can't. He's trying to, but he can't. All right, so he likes to throw out the threats, doesn't he? This is interfering in New York's election to get his person, his candidate in, Adams, I guess. All right, so can Mamdani win the mayoral race? Will Mamdani win? Will Zoran Mamdani win New York mayoral race? Will Mamdani win the New York mayoral race? Certainly there's record voter turnout. I'm seeing long lines of people turning out to vote. Like people who haven't got much are putting everything into this because they see Mamdani as someone who's going to help them. Strength. Yeah, that's good. This has divided the Democratic Party as well. Can Mamdani win? I think yes. Will he win? So we get the moving out of troubled waters, and then we get an inevitability, and there's an inevitability. We get the lies and deceit. He's just facing so much crap being flung at him. He's already he's already got that relationship with the people. The Hierophant, the government, the court is in the sky, that spirit as well. The Seven of Cups in the immediate future shows me that this is just going to get even dirtier. It's like everything is being thrown. How dare an American city have a Muslim mayor? How dare that happen? I'm being sarcastic. But they're throwing a lot at him. The King of Swords, objectivity, planning, strategizing. He's a clever fellow. Queen of Swords, objectivity, stability through object. This is good. He's running the right campaign. In the hopes and fears, sabotaging his campaign. And then we get the Two of Wands, something coming to fruition in time. Be patient. And then we get the Tower. I'm not frightened of the Tower. The Ace of Wands, a new start. And then we get the Ten of Swords, a downfall for someone. Okay, secrets. And then we get things moving very, very quickly. I think this is the media. I'm going to say we won't know instantly, but I do feel that Tower, the Two of Wands, is something coming to fruition in time, and then we get the Tower, and I see the Tower as breaking the norm, breaking through the norm, and then you get the Ace of Wands, followed by the 10, and then the Hanged Man. Okay. And then the Knight of Swords. So now we have the King, the Queen, and the Knight. There's a fundamental truth happening here, a universal truth happening in this election. Will he win? Will Mamdani win? Is that what I'm seeing? Is it such a surprise? Now we get the Hanged Man upside down, meaning that after a time things start to move forward. We get worry and restriction, but then we get the Queen of Wands. This is the movement, loss. It's but then the truth comes out. They do try and sabotage his campaign in ways that we can't see just yet. Now, I don't know how they can do it. Adams is the current mayor. What is there? Some skullduggery going on. The Ace of Wands here. All right, I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to make a prediction. I'm going to say that as dirty as it gets, as much as they try and sabotage him, the turnout is so great that I think he can and does win. But it's a very close election, and I think you have to wait for results. I may be right, I may be wrong. I've gone out on a limb. So the cards are mixed, but I think that we're going to be shocked in some way by the outcome. All right. Now, where am I going from here? Now, in Gaza, the Hamas have rejected Trump's ceasefire proposal. Not such a good deal, they reckon. They do want the end of the war. So will we see the end of the war in 2025 in Gaza? God, I hope so. Will we see the end of the war in Gaza in 2025? The Moon card. Nothing's ever easy, is it? Volatility but change, coming into a stabilization. And we have the Emperor control. That would be Trump. The Nine of Coins. There's been a lot of money pledged here. There's been a lot of deals done behind back doors here. The Middle East won't normalise relations with Israel until Gaza war finishes. Things that we don't know about. The High Priestess. Deals being done behind the doors. We have the past here. We have betrayal in the current position, in the present position, and the Ace of Cups and emotional reset. So there's obviously, I have no words. There's a desperate need for the end of this war. The King of Cups, can the deals be done? And we get the Hanged Man, so it's not looking. Loans and debts. And then we get the Five of Cups. I can't see it. We do get moderation. That's not saying that the deal won't come eventually, but right now it's not in the near future. I'm just going to say that. I won't rule out all of 25. I just say in the near future. It's not in the near future. There is hope for an end, but it's not right now. Okay. All right. Is it? It could be, beginning of 26. I don't know. but it will end, just not right now. Okay, that's as far as I can see, other than to say in some future, regardless of time it ends, there's hope that it can end. All right, Trump lifted sanctions on Russia. Russia answered the call with gearing up for more war against Ukraine. Trump did this very quietly. No one pushed back on him. Okay. I think what's going to happen is Putin and Trump are acting together. That's obvious. Russia's economy is in real trouble, has been for some time. Trump's thrown Putin a lifeline. And I think Putin will try and take as much territory as he can from Ukraine before the end of this war, before a ceasefire, before deals are done. That's his aim now. It's not to win the war, it's not to conquer Ukraine, it's to take as much territory as they can from Ukraine before the end of the war. Is this correct? Is this the deal that's been done with Trump? Is it to take as much territory as they can from Ukraine before the end of this war? Because I don't think Putin wants the war to go on. Is this the case? Does Putin want to take as much territory from Ukraine before ending the war? Yeah, there it is. Volatility again. And the Page of Swords can be like a traitor. Who would that be? Betrayal. Cards are honing right in on Trump's betrayal. This is for entertainment purposes only. The Seven of Coins. Yeah, Putin's had to plan and replan. No, it hasn't gone like he wanted it to. Here we have the Apprentice card here. The Eight of Coins. Yep, you get a nice little medal there, don't you, Trump? The Three of Coins. The deal done between three. There's three involved here. We have Trump, of course, in the here and now, and the Queen of Cups looking out for his own interests. The Ten of Cups, the people, and the Page of Coins. Yep. He's not going to be inevitably the yep. He won't be able to get much more, though. The Ukrainians will dig in. He desperately needed that sanction relief. Yes, that's exactly his aim. He doesn't want it to go on for much longer. I feel that there's been a deal done. You lift the sanctions. I'll take some more territory. Then you can come in, broker the peace, and you can walk away with your Nobel Peace Prize, your little medal. And yeah, it'll be the end, and I will have saved face. I will have conquered, got territory from Ukraine, and then we can now start normalising. Has Trump done a deal with Putin on Ukraine? Has Trump done a deal with Putin on Ukraine? Yeah, well, that's why the Page of Swords keeps coming up. I don't know who I'd be trusting, but anyway, the truth. The Four of Cups, 3 cups lost, 1 remaining. The lifeline, that's sanction removal. Yeah, loans and debts. And the Moon card, something coming up from the surface. We'll find out. Eventually we'll find out. Putin's economy, and Trump gave him hope, basically. Lies and deceit in the hopes and fears, and there's the King of Wands. Yes, the King of Swords, yes, and the Seven of Cups. So I'm going to say yes, inevitable. It was inevitable. It was inevitable he'd throw him a lifeline. It was inevitable that he's wheeling and dealing. Satisfying themselves. Two people satisfying themselves. over the blood of dead Ukrainians and dead Russians. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to go now. Thank you for tuning in. And I'll be back again on Monday. I will try and do some tarot scopes for July. So, yeah, we'll try and get that done at some stage. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and bye for now.